Bon appetit! Come on guys, let's eat. Dr. Wendy Dearborn in the house, and yes, I know it's been a minute since I've been up in it. Well guys, today we are going to be making deep fried shrimp, okay? Deep fried shrimp. And for all of those who don't do the deep fried thing, you can just go ahead on and click me off right now, okay? Bye. But this is deep fried shrimp. And I'm going to be using Panko breadcrumbs with a tapioca batter. Now, the wonderful thing I love about Panko breadcrumbs, you can get a beautiful gluten-free Panko breadcrumb from Whole Foods, Sprouts, Amazon, and several other places are beginning to carry them. And if you are actually a Walmart shopper and a Target shopper, a Target shopper, ask them. Because one of the things that I have found, even sort of like Albertsons and places, one of the things that I have found is that if you actually ask, sometimes they'll do, and sometimes they'll actually, they won't realize that, you know, they have a market for it until somebody asks for it. So ask away. So anyway, we're going to do some deep fried shrimp, and this deep fried shrimp, you can use this to make dynamite shrimp. You can make this for a sweet and sour dip, or to use with a sweet and sour dip or a chili sauce. Today, I'm actually going to make these because we're also going to use them later to make tacos. Yum, yum. We're going to use them to make tacos. So that being said, I'm going to show you what's on the cutting board. For now, in regard to the shrimp, I'm going to show you what's on the cutting board and what we're going to do to prep our shrimp and how we're going to get them to the stage before they're deep fried. So let's take a look at the cutting board. Okay guys, on my cutting board, I have shrimp. Maybe I've got a couple of pounds of shrimp here, and they need to be peeled. I'm going to show you how to do that in just a second. I also got some whitefish in here, and this is swai. I decided to do some fish as well. Because that's what we're going to be having in our tacos. So I'll show you how to prep that as well. So we have shrimp here, and these are the ones that have been cleaned and peeled. We have the Panko breadcrumbs. We have tapioca starch or tapioca starch or tapioca flour. That's my preference. We have a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and what that does is we're going to mix all of this together, and what it does is it makes the batter really kind of fluffy and crunchy. It adds something to it, that je ne sais quoi. I have a teaspoon of garlic powder and a teaspoon of onion powder here. That's going to go into the tapioca. And I have a teaspoon of white pepper and a teaspoon of salt. So really guys, I'm just going to put everything in here right now, and that way it's done. Alrighty. I have 2 eggs here, which I'm going to use in the batter, and a little bit of water in case it's too thick. Now guys, don't add too much water, but sometimes this can be kind of thick. Remember that your shrimp and or your fish or whatever seafood or whatever you're using may be a little wet, or it might give a little water or add water, and you don't want your batter too thin because you want the Panko breadcrumbs to adhere. So guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this up and set that aside. Okay, we'll just whisk this up and set it aside. I'm going to put the eggs into the bowl so they don't roll away. Set that aside. And now I want to take a look at the shrimp. Okay, these are 16-20, which means that you will get between 16 and 20 shrimp per pound. Okay, we're going to peel our shrimp. So in order to facilitate that, you will see that the shrimp has, of course, a head, which is gone, and the tail. And the tail kind of looks a bit like that, you know, like the fins. And it's got this middle piece. I don't know if you can see, excuse me, I don't know if you can see that. Well, what you do is you bend that back and it will snap, and you remove it. And the shrimp meat that's in there is left. This helps when you're peeling the tail off so that you don't lose a lot of your shrimp meat. This has been cleaned and deveined, but I usually go in and do what I need to do. Okay, and that's the tail, and gently pull, and it should slide right off. There you go. There you go, guys. There you go. All right. And so you do that. And of course, you can purchase the shrimp that hasn't been, that's already peeled and deveined and everything. And then we're going to butterfly these. We're going to butterfly them and put them into the batter. So I'll continue on doing that. Okay. So here's my shrimp, peeled, cleaned, washed. And as I said, it's really important to wash your shrimp until the water runs clear. Okay guys, here's your shrimp. And this is the outer edge of the shrimp. This is the outside of the shrimp where the vein was. And we're going to follow that line. And we're going to use a sharp knife and just gently score. Gently score, mind your fingers, all the way down. But you don't really want to go all the way through. If you go through, that's okay. But you're not wanting to go all the way through. Okay? Then with the flat blade, with the flat edge of the knife, you're just going to flatten him out. So it's like that. Okay, guys? All right? So you're going to fillet your shrimp. So again, the outside edge, you're going to, with a sharp knife, mind your fingers, gently score without too much pressure. You don't want to press and push. Okay? All right? Like that. And with the flat edge of the knife, you're going to flatten him out. Okay, guys? That's it. Okay guys, as I said, we're gonna do a white fish, and this is shuai, and as this is going to be for tacos, I'm actually going to just cut the fish in half, literally long ways. Cut the fish in half, and then at an angle, using my knife at an angle, slice the fish so he's nice and kind of, so he's long and kind of skinny, so he fits nicely into the taco shell. Okay guys, I whisked the eggs, the two eggs and the tapioca starch, and I added a little bit of water. It needs just a tad more, and we just whisk that up. It needs to be like a really thick pancake batter, really, or cake batter. It needs to have that sort of consistency. That's what you're looking for. Okay, if it's too thin, the batter's not going to stick to your shrimp or your fish. And that being said, you can definitely put tapioca or potato starch on your shrimp and or fish or whatever it is. You can do this, mushrooms, whatever, before you dip it. I choose not to. I just choose not to. Okay guys, and so that being said, here we have our shrimp. We're going to line everything up. Our shrimp, our panko. I'm going to drop the shrimp in. We're going to fish him out. Let him drain. Let him drain. Nice drain off. Put them into the panko. Bury him. Okay, guys. Shake off the excess and lay him on the prepared foil sheet. Actually, he didn't get on the inside. Make sure it's breaded completely. There you go. Make sure it's breaded completely and lay him on the foil. That's what you do. You lay him on the foil. Okay, guys. And so you continue. And really what I do to speed up the process is I put in maybe about 5 or 6 shrimp at a time. Mix them up, coat them really well. Take them out, let them drain off a little bit. And I use a spoon actually to assist and support me with putting the panko, the breading, on it. Okay, so put them in. And again, make sure that the breading, make sure that the breading is totally covered, or make sure that the shrimp is totally covered with the breading. Okay. Okay, we have fish. We have fish. I'm going to put in a couple of pieces of fish just so you can see those. And then what I'll do is I'll continue on, and then when we're done, you'll be able to see everybody waiting to be put into the hot grease. Okay, so here we have it. Everything is ready. And we have the fish right here. And we have the shrimp right here. And so we're going to put them into the refrigerator for about an hour. And then when it's time to cook them up, we're going to put them in some hot oil. Okay, guys, I'm going to be doing this back to front because you can see me behind the camera, right? And so what we're going to do is we're going to deep fry the shrimp. The setting is for 350, between 350 and 355. And so we're just going to deep fry some of the shrimp. You don't want to overcrowd your basket. Also, to as much shrimp and stuff and fish as I'm frying, you really need to make sure that your oven is on so you can keep everything warm. All right, guys? So you just gently put it in and you listen for that sizzle. Okay? Shrimp stays down for about 3 minutes or until it is the color that you want it to be. Bear in mind that if your shrimp fries for too long, it will turn into an eraser. So don't cook your shrimp too long. Give it a little shake. And 3 minutes later, Bob's your uncle, you'll have shrimp. So we'll be right back. All right, guys, the shrimp, once they're done, you take them out, you let them drain, and then you put them, for me, on absorbent paper, and you put it into the oven to remain warm until you finished the entire batch. So let it drain. And the idea is that if your oil's hot enough, what happens is that your whatever you're deep frying will actually seal really quickly and it won't absorb oil, and that's what you want. So I'm just going to put some fish down, same thing, about 3 minutes for the fish. This is why it's all nice and skinny, because it's going in tacos, isn't it? We're going to have tacos. And so it's going to go in the tacos. So they're nice and skinny. They'll fit nicely. We'll put them down. The green light's up. Put it down slowly. The fish tried to get away. Here we have the fish. Okay, it's all done. Let it drain. That actually took about 4 minutes. And it's nice and golden. And we are going to put that with the shrimp. Okay guys, here we have the fish and the shrimp all plated up. In the small bowl behind, I have some sweet chili sauce, and of course I have a recipe for that on YouTube. I'll post the link down below, and I'm getting ready to try this fish and shrimp. Here's my chili sauce. I'm gonna dip. Oh God, this is off the chain. And I've got company and they're hungry, you know. I'm doing this. That's really good, guys. I'm gonna try a piece of fish. Piece of fish in the sauce. Guys, this is really good. You need to try this. But I tell you what, I'm gonna eat. So guys, bon appetit. Come on, let's eat. I'm Dr. Wendy Dearborn. Until next time, peace. So you push that point back until it kind of snaps, and then you pull it off. Okay, so it's still leaving what was inside of that. That ain't even making any damn sense.
Ooh, I'm so ready to eat.
I know you are. She's like,